Hello everyone, welcome to our new series Fundamental of Biochemistry, and in which episode 1 we are going to discuss about introduction to carbohydrates. These are the discussion topic that we are going to discuss: definition, general formula, various source of carbohydrate, biological important and function of the carbohydrate. So let's discuss about the carbohydrate. It is the macromolecules, organic biomolecules. It composed of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Its meaning is hydrates of carbon. Carbo it means carbon. Hydrate it means water. The ratio of the hydrogen and oxygen is 2:1. This is the general empirical formula of the carbohydrate CH₂ON, except deoxyribose sugar, which not follow this as per this formula. Carbohydrates having two types of group of carbohydrates are present, either aldehyde group containing carbohydrate or ketone groups of containing carbohydrates. And carbohydrate are the major source of the cellular energy. It provide the energy to our body. These are the major source of the carbohydrate, like a grain and starchy roots like a rice, wheat, potato, and cassava, which contain the polysaccharide type of the carbohydrate. Mainly starch is present. While in case of legumes like lentil, chickpea, beans, which contain starch as well as no starch polysaccharide, we called as a fiber. In fruits as well as like and sweets like a fruit, sugarcane and honey, which contain monosaccharide type as well as disaccharide type of the carbohydrates are present. While in case of dairy like product like milk, yogurt, which contain disaccharide, lactose is the present as a carbohydrate. These are the biological importance of the carbohydrate. It provide the energy to our body. It store the energy when excess amount of carbohydrate present in our body, and body no require more carbohydrate at that time. It converted into store into the glycogen in case of the animal, while in case of the plant it store into excess carbohydrate store into the in the form of starch. It also involve in structural parts, carbohydrate present in a structural component like a cell wall, exoskeleton. These are also made up of the carbohydrate. It involve build the nucleic acid, DNA and RNA. It participated in cell communication and involve in help in build up our immunity. So let's discuss about this each one in the form of function. So it primary function is provide the energy. We all know for our energy source ATP is must require. For a conversion of ATP there is a must be glucose is necessary. For example, brain and RBC mainly use the glucose as an energy source. And as we know, when sometimes some people are no energy in their body, at that time we are giving the ready made giving the glucose in a water. At that time it get the energy, instant energy will be get. So glucose is the preferred energy source. Energy storage in the animal, it a form of the glycogen, and in the plant is stored in the form of starch. So see, these are the energy storage. It also involve in a structural component like it provides us structure support. Cellulose present in plant cell wall. Chitin is it one kind of carbohydrate which present in exoskeleton of insect like cockroach, and in fungal cell wall it present the chitin. While in case of bacteria, there is a peptidoglycan, that is one kind of carbohydrate which is present on a cell wall. It also involved in fat metabolism. It help in complete oxidation of fat. If a lack of carbohydrate may lead to formation of ketone bodies, and it causes the ketosis in our body. So when carbohydrate are when we are during our in a diet, or some people are doing the diet, at that time they are skip the carbohydrate in their meal. But if they totally skip the carbohydrate, at that time there is a body need the for energy purpose. It consume the energy from the other sources like a protein, fat, like that. At that time, as a byproduct, there is a ketone body is a form, and it form cause the ketosis, and that is not good for our body. So carbohydrate is important for our health. it also involve in dietary fibers, it dietary fibers, carbohydrate in non-digestible type of carbohydrate, and it present in a plant source, and that is a cellulose, which is one kind of polysaccharide. It improve in digestion, prevent constipation, maintain our good gut health, gut bacteria, and reduce cholesterol, as well as it will involve in regulate the blood sugar. Not just it involve in provide the energy, but it also it is act as a precursor. It means the molecule, first molecule which can lead to synthesize other molecules. So carbohydrates serve as a precursor for synthesis of amino acid, fatty acid, glycoproteins, glycolipid, as well as nucleotides. It components of the nucleic acid, sugar form the part of DNA, we called as a DNA in deoxyribose sugar is present. Here you can see the structure. While in case of RNA structure, there is a ribose sugar is present. It also involved in cell recognition and communication. Carbohydrates are bind with the protein and lipid. It form the glycoprotein and glycolipid, which are present on the cell membrane. Here, one cell to another cell are going to communicate. It also involved in as act as a receptor, so it is involved in cell signaling, cell recognition. It involved in immune response, and blood group antigen also present in that form of the glycoprotein and glycolipid form. Main function is also involve protein sparing action. When adequate carbohydrate intake prevent protein from being used as an energy source, allowing protein to perform their primary functions such as growth and tissue repair. Let's discuss in detail about this protein sparing action. When adequate amount of carbohydrate is present, at that time protein are not used as an energy source, and protein are involved in for our growth as well as tissue repairing the system. But if we skip the carbohydrate or insufficient of the carbohydrate present in our body, at that time protein uses the energy source, and it not involved in their primary function like growth and tissue and repair. So carbohydrate is equally important for our body as important protein. These are the MCQ regarding this topic. Take a quiz, a screenshot, and solve it. Thank you very much to listening this new episode. Thank you very much.